Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the final game in the semi-finals here at the Respawn LAN in Melbourne. It will be Royal Genesis versus OutKast in the end of the best of three that decides who goes against strength in numbers in the grand final in a best of five. My name is ColdBlood, and joining me for his second LOLcast of the evening will be SuperRoach. How are you?
I'm good, thanks, ColdBlood. And I thought of a saying. Are you ready?
Yes.
You ready for this?
I am.
I'm sorry, ColdBlood, but Royal Genesis is for real.
I didn't see that one coming, I'll admit that to you. Okay, so we'll just quickly get the Summoner Blackout up. So we are already into the Champion Select. Royal Genesis back on the left-hand side. They took an early 1-0 lead in the series with a dominating display. OutKast coming back with a very strong game too. Took them a little while to close it out, but they did equalize up the series. This will be the tiebreaker. J4, Narcissus, and Corky banned out by Royal Genesis. They've banned Narcissus out all three games, and the MVP of last game, OutKast, he's had his J4 taken away from him.
Oh. And last game, ColdBlood, that lasted around 35 minutes. The game was sort of probably decided around the 20-minute mark, I feel. Like they got a bit of a gap around that point.
Yeah, they were a little too methodical. This is OutKast in their ending of the game. It could have been done a lot quicker, but the end result is the important one. So Cannon, Vayne, and Blitz banned out by OutKast. They learned their game from game. They learned their lesson from game one. They do not want to go against that little bastard Cannon. They have Vayne and Blitz also banned out. Blitz very strong in the game one as well, so they're taking that experience with them to ban out the strong picks of the enemy. You can probably hear Rag in the background, guys. He's commentating a team fight in Dota 2, doing a great job of it as well. So, Thresh, Amumu, and Oriana have been decided on by Royal Genesis. Amumu did very well in the first game played by Bubble T Xanax. And Caitlyn may also be the last pick, along with the Elise, who will be making her first appearance in this LAN today, Rochi, the Spider Lady.
That was an interesting thumbnail. I'm like, that looks familiar. And again, that's another very popular cosplayer at PAX. They even had the full big rifle of made out of foam and stuff. So
yeah.
It was great cosplay. I think that in Arcade Sona.
Yeah, very cool. So, Lee Sin has been picked up by OutKast. He will be joined by Nami, Twitch, and Renekton. So, Renekton went very good in the last game. He will be making a return. Twitch also making the return. The rest of the team will be looking different. And we have a LeBlanc Rochi. She has a lot of damage early on. Who is the mid laner? It was Uber Lead. He's finally gravitated away from the fish. He will be going for the robot. He's going to be in a bit of trouble here because LeBlanc does a lot of burst damage.
Okay. How do you feel OutKast? Last time he was playing as very much an offensive player. Do you think the player he's picked at the moment will help him in that kind of role, or has he changed it up? Is being too predictable going to be a problem?
He has gone for a different pick this time with the Lee Sin. He's a little bit of a feast or famine type of champion. If he gets fed, he is ridiculous to deal with. He has so much outplay potential, and he will murder you if he gets ahead. If he gets behind, it's very difficult for him to do much at all. All he can really do is kind of kick the first person in to get them out of the fight. So he is very strong early on, though. So if OutKast plays this properly, he'll be doing very good against the Amumu. So Amumu very strong later on, but he's susceptible to counter jungling. It's very difficult for him to get started. Lee Sin very strong around level 2 where Amumu's the weakest. It's going to be down to OutKast to put the counter jungling onto Amumu and force him to have a really bad time.
It's going to be a bad day for him if that were to happen there. Who do you think, Purple team, they've definitely got OutKast of the previous rounds, they're an offensive player. Who do you think the blue team Who would have been their offensive player?
I feel like Bubble T Xanax has been doing so much in these games. The first game, he had a lot of impact. The second one, not so much.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's going to be down to whether he can get off what he needs to do. Oriana has been picked up by the enemy team this time. I guess they realized that she's really damn powerful. So she has multiple ways of getting the ball into the enemy team. Elise able to rappel up in the air, drop down on top of someone. Thresh able to hook himself onto a enemy. And of course, Amumu able to bandage toss in. Bubble T Zinix being very good at landing those at long range. So it's going to come down to OutKast being very strong early on. They've got a very early game orientated team, and they're going to have to make it work, or they're going to have a very tough time later on.
Maybe they've seen, the previous round kind of thing, time-wise, they want more of an advantage at the early game they can use as a leverage for later on.
Yeah, for sure. They want to close it out a lot quicker this time, I feel. We're 1 minute and 20 away from the skin battle right now. Having a look at the composition of OutKast now, we looked at Royal G. OutKast, they've got very strong lane bullies in the LeBlanc Renekton. Nami has a lot of... she's actually the one who forced me to swear earlier on.
Wow.
I was held at gunpoint. She just has so much potential to create the picks out with the bubble and then following it up with the tidal wave. I feel like Holy Grail's going to have not nearly as good a game this time. He's against Elise, who does fantastic against Renekton. It's very difficult for him to do much. So it's going to come down to see if Holy Grail can outplay Mr. Loves to Spooge, who's now rocking the Spider Lady.
Do you think the band champions that they've chosen there, ColdBlood, is there any sort of, it doesn't look like they're banned players from the previous match. Is there sort of any strategy you can pick from what they're banned there? They don't want hard hitters, or there's some clearly OP players, or any choices in what they've chosen there?
I think Oriana is a great champion in the hands of a skilled player, so we're going to have to see if Uberleet can replicate the nice performance of floating toxins in the previous game. We're finally going to be getting into the game here, ladies and gentlemen, waiting for the skin battle to load up here. We'll have to see if any more cool skins will be headed our way.
Sounds very good, ColdBlood. Sounds good indeed. As we wait.
I hope, for some reason, your mic seems to be dropping out a little bit.
Does it? Okay. Is it sounding all right at the moment?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
Hopefully it's just something's going wrong with my computer and it's not actually dropping out.
Yeah, okay. Well, we'll keep it in mind as we go on here. Oriana, I'm loving that skin there. Is that the stock one you can see there, Cole?
Yeah, the Zone Chaos. Sorry, guys, I'll just check that the overlay is all right. It will be this one. There we go. We're into the skin battle here. Oriana will have a sewed-up ball rather than a gothic one at this time. Arctic Warfare, Caitlin going to make a return. Stealthy Asian having a fantastic game one on the British Sniper. We can see the Muay Thai Lee Sin picked up by Arcad, which gives him different animations. Do you know the Muay Thai combat style?
No.
It's a martial arts style that relies on grappling the enemy and kind of using their own power against them type of thing. So this skin was brought out for the release of the Thailand servers. And it is really cool because
That's cool.
Yeah, he has his animations are exactly like they modeled it off of a real Muay Thai master.
Motion cappy kind of stuff. Yeah. Oh, that's a cool idea and a very flavoursome of it. Did they do something like that for the Australian players?
Trying to figure out what's going on with your mic.
Yeah.
Our server's still in beta, so when it officially launches, they should have a skin for us. People who transferred over were able to get Pool Party Ziggs, which is, he's a kind of a midget who chucks bombs around, and it replaced his bombs with water balloons. So we got that for free, which was pretty cool. Unfortunately, we don't get to see Ziggs, which would be great. Maybe we'll get to see him in the grand final here. Arcot taking his time loading like he has a few times now.
Yeah. I thought, the specs of all the MOBA games are sort of, I feel like they're a bit lowish in what they do kind of thing. Is it the difference between, having an SSD versus a normal hard drive, or what causes a game to load as slow as Arcuts does? We're picking on Arcut, by the way, if you're listening. Love your computer.
Yeah. Keep having to make us make conversation for longer than we should have to.
Yeah.
I think it would just be because the computer's older. That's the only real reason. It's if it's not like even the cheap stuff, the cheap modern stuff is. Hopefully you guys can't hear Rags doing his little shrilly laugh. He so
Love it.
yeah, it's even the the cheap modern computers. So this is Rag talking to Shads, who was in the game that he just casted, and Shads is getting some life coaching here. OutKast will be eventually loading.
Oh yes, every percent counts.
Still not sure what's happening with your microphone.
I might have to bash up Kitfox later on to see what's going on with his mic.
Yeah, I'll try and
It's always the creepy.
Yeah, I'll get you to answer that. I'll call you again on Skype. Okay, how's that? Try talking now.
So I'm saying hi, ColdBlood, as
I still
checking.
can't hear you. Something's going on. All right, so we'll have to try and talk into the same microphone here.
Oh, it's quite sensual. I'm loving it. Did you want me to hang up, by the way?
Yeah, that might help. Okay, so we're talking into the same mic here, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you can still hear us. OutKast is just about to load up here. Just getting my microphone secured to the desk. And I think it's about
3% has happened.
3%. So he's at 100. We're just waiting for the game to be. Come on,
He's
League.
loading in blind.
he's playing a blind guy too. Oh, the puns coming out, puns of damage. So we'll quickly sort out the UI here. There's a lot of pings going down all around the bottom lane. I think this will be a major point of contention here, SuperRoach. I think both of the teams want to try and contest this blue team, getting a lot of pings down at the tri-brush.
I'm just looking at Stealthy Asian. Is that okay? It's
Yes.
a very weird looking skin.
Yeah, it's as if he was in a snowstorm.
Yeah, it's very interesting. And this character looks like
A Mumu.
yeah.
He's the sad mummy.
Oh.
All of his abilities about him crying. And his crying kills people.
I hate it when that happens.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Yeah.
So the ward is going to go down at Royal Genesis Blue. Oh, sorry guys. I'll have to once again fix the UI. Hopefully that is now good. So red team, they're spreading out nice and defensive to try and defend their jungle. They will see Thresh walking past the ward there. They'll know that the blue team is in this area, or at least Thresh is. They're going to try and get the invade off. If they manage to get the hook from Thresh, it's going to be looking good.
Just looking here as we're just looking at the early bit going on. We're looking at UC Australia got the first kill. Actually, no. Yeah, I think he did.
No, it was picked up by Uberleap. Very well done by blue team there. Their invasion going exactly as they wanted, Royal Genesis. As we'll go quickly through the teams. So Sneaky Asian will be on the Caitlyn. We've got UC Australia on the Thresh, already securing first blood for his team. Mr. Loves to Spooge is on the Elise, who will be up at the top. Uberleap on the Oriana, using the ball to check out the brush. And Bubble Tea Xanax with the Amumu. And we'll go through the OutKast team here, Rochi.
So on OutKast ColdBlood, we have OutKast playing Lee Sin, the good old loading time guy. Dominator with Twitch. Uka Nanu with Nami, very matching name. Holy Grail is Renekton.
Yep.
Renekton. And Floating Toxins is LeBlanc.
Yeah. Well, you did good on the LeBlanc pronunciation. I've heard some people say LeBlancy. I was like, what the hell?
I know that because I've watched the TV series Friends, and they say it a few times in that. So.
Oh, righto.
Yeah.
So there you go. If anyone watches Friends, you'll know what Roach is talking about. So everyone has headed to the lanes. The first blood going over onto Uberleap on the Oriana. Couldn't wish for a better start. The experience of the first blood going to help out a lot here. Floating Toxins doing a bit of a sustained start with the flask and the potion. I think he also grabbed a ward, which he's placed down early. He doesn't want a Mumu jumping on top of him. And the mid lane is going to be where a lot of the action is focused, because LeBlanc revolves around early kills. She needs to get her burst onto the enemy and get kills, or she's not going to be relevant at all.
So it's a very critical to be like fed kind of player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so Lee Sin is up at the top lane. OutKast getting his charcoal computer to get him up top. At least very, very difficult to pin down because once she turns into a spider, she can just jump up in the air. OutKast's going to give it a go though. Pressuring the lane and getting Holy Grail double kill definitely helped them out early on. Holy Grail's going to go for the engage. Mr. Love Spoon already at half health, going to be forced to flash out of there, and he will escape for now after blowing that cooldown.
Looking very good here. I'm just watching. I got stuck on feeding at the bottom there. I'm fixated on that lane.
Oh, Nanu, I think he missed the bubble there, which allowed Stealthy Asian to just pew away at him. Get a lot of damage down. Now both the junglers going to be heading to the mid. There is a red ward down. The OutKast guys know that Amumu's there. They will decide to back off as OutKast could be taking a lot of damage here. He is silenced. He's going to try and juke the Q from Lee Sin. Nice bandage shots comes in. Floating toxins going to be flashed upon by Amumu. OutKast going to pick up the kill, and Amumu, the junglers taking out each other's mid laners, and they meet in the middle and just kind of punch each other.
Yeah.
I think Lee Sin will end up with no. And every time he punches Amumu, the cooldown on the tantrum goes down, and that was a very awkward situation.
What an aggressive start though, too, ColdBlood.
Yeah, it was a nice play by OutKast to get the counter gank going on. I believe they. I was going to say they picked up First Blood, but First Blood happened earlier on, so the advantage still lies with the Royal Genesis guys. Looking up at the top lane, the CS in Renekton's favor by a little bit, just a few, because of that early gank. LeBlanc doing quite well against Orianna. It is very difficult to farm on her. And the AD carries. Twitch doing a great job of farming under his turret so far. Stealthy Asian being not quite so stealthy and just pushing forward. Very unsubtly.
Yes, very unsubtle indeed. Holy Grail doing a good job though there. Watching, there's already some minor tower attacks, even though you've got two people at the bottom. Take Nano needing a bit of regen going on before a bit of attack from Stealthy Asian, and you see Australia there just sitting there biding their time. They've made their attack, ColdBlood, and there are, we're talking like, what was it, 6k? Oh, not 6k, 600.
Yeah.
0.6 ahead. So they've got a minor, but strong enough lead at the start.
Yeah, so OutKast is going to come up to the top lane. At least has no flash available. There is a ward in the river. If he decides to step out, he will be spotted. I guess he's just waiting for the greed to come out from Alicia. She's now in the spider form. OutKast going to be surrounded by the creeps. He does not have the kick, and that will mean that he is forced to get out of there. As Amumu looks like he wants to get some aggression in the mid lane here. Although the distortion not yet available for floating toxins, but it will come off cooldown now, so he's going to be able to jump out if he needs to. OutKast, he's set up his tent up here at the top lane. Mr. Loves to Spooge does not have the flash. He's going to have to rely on that repel to escape, as the counter gang could be coming in from Bubble Tea here.
Yeah, I'm just watching, Holy Grail, are you going to make a move there? It looks like you've got the health for it to make a backup, but Bubble Teasy next is just waiting for their time. If Holy Grail mugs move, there's going to be a gank here going on. They've got two players going on. Bubble Teasy has pulled them back in. Holy Grail still has plenty of health. What's actually happening here?
Oh, Bubble Tea going to take an ignite and be forced out of there. A lot of damage going down onto the poor mummy, and will be forced out. Mr. Loves to Spooge also forced to recall there. The gold lead being shortened to just 300 in Royal Genesis's favor. As OutKast, is he here in time? I think they actually started off red. So, oh no, actually he is able to get the blue here, SuperRoach. This is what he was doing in the last game, taking the enemy's buffs away. He's even going to get some help from Holy Grail. OutKast's doing a fantastic job in game 2 and 3.
Yeah, I'm just watching here again at the middle. Not much happening there, but you've got a Stealthy Asian is just teasing Dominator at the bottom there, going, if you want, you can take me on. I'm just going to wear you down a little bit and fire a few shots at you.
Yeah, Caitlyn has a sniper rifle. She has a lot of range to just poke away at poor Twitch as the ebb and flow goes off and gets Twitch a little bit of health back, taking yet more pokes from Stealthy Asian. They're floating toxins. He wants the blue buff, but Lee Sin just says, "Nope, you can wait, mate." As the recall goes off by Muay Thai Lee Sin. Fair amount of damage going down there onto Uber Elite. Actually, the trade going in favor of Uber Elite there. as the top lane, Mr. Loves the Spooge, gonna continue to push up here. And not so much happening now, SuperRoach.
No, it's fairly quiet here at the 8-minute 20 mark. Looking here, UC Australia did a push and successfully ran away by looks there. Actually, explain what's going on at that tower that he's charging up on.
Oh, well, what happens is he throws the lantern down, and if allies click on it, they zip to him. It's a very cool mechanic. He was just using it for vision to check if Lee Sin's there. Speaking of Lee Sin, he is there now. He's going to try and abuse the fact that the blue team are pushed right up, just waiting for his moment to strike. The tower is falling lower and lower. He has to do something or he will have wasted his time. Bubble T Xanax going to be sandwiched in here, although he may be able to walk out through the river. No, he's just dancing back and forth here as floating toxins waiting off to the wings. OutKast gonna truck down the ward. Bubble T wants to clear it out using the pink, and he will do so successfully. So the vision for Dragon still not available for red. The blue buff not going to be contested by Royal Genesis here. Floating Toxin's going to head over and grab his blue any second now.
Yeah, but it's fairly safe. I'm looking again here up the top. Mr. Loves the Spooge and Holy Grail. They're just sitting there again. We're up to we're not even up to the 10-minute mark here, and there's only 2-1 kills.
So I think both teams are being a lot more conservative now. They realize what this means to them. The winning of this game means you're guaranteed some kind of really nice prize. They both want that.
It's all about the shines. Look at the attack on the bottom tower here, ColdBlood. Is that a bit of danger?
Yeah, if they fall, if that tower falls early on, it's going to be very beneficial for the Royal Genesis guys, getting 150 gold each there. I'm going to look up what Renekton's W is. Ruthless Predator. I was calling it Renekton's W in the previous game.
Oh, okay.
So the recall going off by Nanu. How much gold is he packing? He's got 1100. Will he pick up the Philo Stone? He goes straight for the Side Stone, so a bit of health and unlimited wards there. Well, not really unlimited, just convenient wards. As Dominator going to pick up the Bilgewater Cutlass and both the parts of Berserker's Greaves. Both junglers up here at the top lane. They've been mirroring each other a lot, I feel, SuperRoach. Both junglers been in the same place at the same time a lot throughout this game.
It's been rare to see them, swap up lanes like that until now. It's, bottom used to be, the place to be, but now it's, Caitlyn is almost there by herself. Now backed up by UC Australia. They're going to make a bit of a push, but now Dominator has realised this. He's cloaked the side correctly, and they're, it looks like it's going to be a fairly. This could be the bottom tower gone, ColdBlood.
Oh, as Holy Grail's going to run into Bubble T's Annex here. The ultimate is available. Curse of the Sad Mummy. Is he going to pop it here? Holy Grail, nice slice and dice. He gets right out of there. The Q, Resonating Strike, followed up by Lee Sin. He's going to get ignited. Curse of the Sad Mummy going to go off. Orianna is here. OutKast forced to flash out Holy Grail. He wants to pick up the kill. LeBlanc going to jump over the wall. Will it be enough? Flash and Ignite going to pick that up. Shockwave goes off on Holy Grail, but it doesn't do much to him. He's looking very tanky with his Merc Treads and Dominus Pop. Nice work by OutKast. The gold is bang on even, SuperRoach, and this is an exciting Game 3 in the series.
Indeed, ColdBlood. The bottom tower is 1 or 2 hits away from being taken down, and Dominator and Ertuk Nano do not want to go down fighting, but Ertuk Nano is almost taken down. You see Australia about to do 1 hit there. Next hit will take him down. He has been taken out by Dominator. What? That just happened.
That was so well done. So the dot of Twitch took down Stealthy Asian. He had to put up with that in the last game. It's happened once again. And UC Australia being a little greedy there, flashing forward, trying to pick up some kind of kill, and just gets bursted down by Twitch. So OutKast all of a sudden 1,000 gold in the lead, and looking very good after their week early one beginning to the week game 1 introduction to the series.
I think they've got a thirst for getting those pretty prizes.
Yeah, but they want to be in the grand final. They want to go up against. I'm trying to remember their name now. Strength or something.
Strength in numbers.
Strength in numbers.
Getting a bit late for you.
Been a long day, my friend. It's past my bedtime. I want the barbecue.
Just waiting for the sausages, everyone.
I want some sausages in there. Yeah, I'll leave that.
The bottom tower only has 148 hit points left.
There you go, that looks better.
It's just so low.
We are here at Respawn.
If Caitlyn looks at
is
it,
it a juicy target?
It is a very juicy target. It provides quickly. 150 times 5, I think 6, no. Trying to think quickly. 750 gold for the team. No, hang on, I got that wrong. Okay.
While you're getting it wrong, they're attacking the bottom tower. It's now on 138, 128. I think this is it by the crease.
No,
that's going to be a bit...
will be cleared out in time. So Bubble T Xanax finally in control of his own buffs, going to be donating it over to Uberly. He's going to be very happy with that. LeBlanc going back, she has the Haunting Guys. She's going to pick up the Sork Shoes, so this LeBlanc ready to penetrate you. As OutKast, he's down at the bottom lane. This time Amumu is not with him. Looks like he's headed towards the red buff. And we'll have to see if OutKast can make this gank work here. They don't know if the bush is watered. We know that it is not. And we'll have to see if the red team can force an engage here. Tidal Wave is available. We could see a massive Tidal Wave summoned by the Fish Lady here.
This is exciting stuff to watch, ColdBlood. It's the bottom.
Oh, Stealthy Asian's walking forward, man. He wants an engage. The Lantern goes out. They know that Lee Sin is there, and they're going to back right the heck off.
It's good to watch, though. I mean, like, as soon as either one of these backs off too much, they're going to be in a bit... Either one's going to be in a world of hurt. I mean, for example, Blue Guys are going to have to re-scout out and determine where they are.
Oh, this could be an ambush. SuperRoach. OutKast walks exactly into what he doesn't want to see. The Tidal Wave goes out. It's 2 members and the beautiful bubble there from Nami. It will cost her a life in the end. Dominator, he's trying to pick up a kill. He knows he can't get out. And Stealthy Asian going to pilt over Peacemaker to the face. The gold is again within 300 of each other. OutKast going to be jumped by the Australia, landing the hook. And Floating Toxins, man.
Oh wow, what a runaway.
They know he's in there. The Bandage Toss is going to miss. He's going to try and get some juking off. Oh, I'm not sure about jumping into a Thresh. That was a... Oh, they don't know which one is the clone there. Oh, Oriana going to... Thankfully for her, attack the right one, and the Royal Genesis guys once again bring it back into their favour.
That was a great turnaround. Went both ways here in the space of a minute. It's now 6-4. It used to be 4-4. And, you know, they get a double kill there very quickly. Going very well.
Okay, so I'll echo what my co-caster Rags is saying. This webcam who's watching us glare at the towers here. UC Australia definitely going to be going down here. Borg picked up the kill. Stealthy Asian does not have any mana. He's going to back the heck out of there. If you want to head over to twitch.tv/GameStarTV1, you can see me glaring at a screen and SuperRoach's immaculate face as he try and figures out what the heck's going on. So,
it's good fun.
So the ward's going to be cleared out by Nanu here. As the pink ward goes down once again. The vision very important for both of these teams. Bubble T, Xanax, just sitting down here. They're going to get the push going on. Holy Grail, he's sitting at about 40% of his health, but he does have Dominus available. Gives him an instant 450 health. They're not going to go for the dive, and a Floating Toxins is coming up. There's no wards here for the blue team just yet, but they realize that LeBlanc is missing, and I think they saw LeBlanc there. Oh, they definitely saw her now. As the Dragon actually going to be snuck away here, SuperRoach, by the OutKast guys.
So the Dragon, is that where they can get the...
950.
950?
Yep. I think in Dota 2, I think.
Yeah.
Dragon just gives 190 to everyone on the team who kills it. Yeah, so nice 950 gold for the red team. We're going to pull them back into only a deficient, how do you say that word? Deficient. Of 500 gold. There you go. You learn something new every day.
We're both learning here.
So red buff going to be taken away by OutKast. Bubble Xanax looking pretty good on the Amumu actually. He is going to have level 2 and Curse the Sad Mummy, which significantly reduces the cooldown of that ability. The blue team are going to be like, oh, there's no dragon here. Maybe we should have tried to keep vision of that a little bit better.
Mid tower is only on 52 points, Cold.
Oh, I didn't realize actually. Yeah, Oriana's done a great job knocking it down. That's uber elite. I think it may go down in this push here. There's not much you can do against 3 ranged. Dominator is here. He's invisible. He's going to reveal himself in an ambush. Holy Grail. He may be in a bit of trouble, SuperRoach. The entire team of Royal Genesis is heading up to him. He does have the Dominus available, but 1v5, I don't like his chances. There's 2 still in the mid lane. And Holy Grail is going to get grabbed by the Thresh. Nice flash out of there away from the play. And the tidal wave going to come up. Actually knocks up Uberleak. The box is going to go off. Nice kick onto Uberleak. Shockwave is going to get a lot of them. Curse of the Sand Mummy goes up. Nanu getting a lot of damage as the blue team looking very good here. Stealthy Asian popping his flash, his cleanse, and his net to try and get out of there. Nice dodge by floating toxins to get out of there. It ends up being a 3-for-1 exchange in favor of the Royal Genesis guys. They look like they want floating toxins. He has no escape. He is backed in a corner, and Mr. Loves to Spooge going to pick up his second kill of the game.
He has loved to Spooge, and he has loved it the whole time around. He's done a great job with it. Such an offensive attack there by the OutKast, if I'm correct, Blue?
No, that's Royal Genesis. They're on the left.
Sorry, yep, they did an excellent job there, taking me back. And good job to them for them. Just watching here at the top, Mr. Loves to Spooge and Kate trying to take on Dominator to be able to take on the tower. And that's the main attack going on there as the rest of Royal Genesis are going to the mid, it seems, ColdBlood.
Yeah, Royal Genesis, they have a hard-on for the mid lane here. There's actually a lot of wards for the blue team, which is really good for them. The red team, they've got some more defensive wards. They need to try and get some down at the bottom here. The ping's going on at the red buff. I think that wants to be donated over to Caitlyn. And Dominator, I think he wants this top tower. He's smelling it.
He smells it, and it smells. What's it smell like? It
like
smells
750
like
gold.
Yeah,
It took a bit of calculations, but it's 750 gold from a tower.
I was going to say 450 people that haven't showered in a day.
Yeah.
Either one works.
So OutKast is going to get caught out here. He has the flash, but Shockwave is going to be used. He's going to still flash, and he ward jumps, and miraculously he gets out 1v3.
Do you think OutKast's lucky there, or he had that planned the whole time along?
He definitely didn't have that planned. He manages to escape by the skin of his teeth. He does blow the Shockwave cooldown. I don't think much else. So Shockwave for a flash. Decent trade for the one with the Shockwave. But Uberleak not going to be able to engage well for another 32 seconds. This could be abused by red team, but it looks like they're just trying to get the counter pushing on.
I'm sorry, ColdBlood. I was mesmerised by OutKast attacking creatures, just like the attack style.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, that's actually what Muay Thai looks like in real life, if you believe it.
Yeah.
Lee Sin normally, like, he just does simple punches and kicks, but this one's meant to be very artistic. It's an art form about grappling your opponent and kind of weakening them with blows. And then being very athletic, like you kind of outmaneuver your enemy and use their strength against them. So the Orianna once again has the Shockwave available. Tends to happen when you have the 40% CDR. Holy Grail, man, he's had to try and hold on for so long. The OutKast guys, they're defending their tower. They're at a 2.6 gold lead, and it looks like Holy Grail may once again be engaged on. He's getting the heck out of there. He's learned his lesson. He's not sticking around for this one just yet, Rochi, as the entirety of both teams headed up here. We could see an explosive engagement as OutKast is going to head in. He's only a level 9 Lee Sin, going to jump through the wall, and the whip goes on by Thresh. A beautiful tidal wave comes up, but an even better shockwave goes in. Curse of the Sad Mummy is going to take them all down as Nanu, he's going to be sniped here by Caitlyn. Double kill picked up. Holy Grail, man, he was the one who was in the wrong place at the wrong time at the start. The only one who survives as the 4-for-0 picked up by Royal Genesis, and they're looking pretty good to carry themselves to the grand final here, Rochi.
Indeed, ColdBlood. That's it could have played out in their favour, Royal Genesis doing that kind of thing. But the aggression, at this level, like I said earlier, it's a risk that you don't want to really take.
Yeah, I really wanted to point out the tidal wave by Nanu. That was absolutely perfect. It was perfectly went up here. OutKast, I think he's behind in experience a little too much at this point. As the mid tower, so 2 towers and 4 kills picked up out of that. The 8,000 gold lead now, the Royal Genesis there, very strongly in the lead at this point, and it's really down to OutKast to severely outplay their opponents. They have an early game team. They're now behind by 8,000. The longer the game goes on, the more they're going to rely on the Playgrad. He's the only champion on their team who is strong later on in the game.
How do you feel Royal Genesis, OutKast morale is going?
hopefully they are just saying to themselves, okay guys, we need to stick together, we need to get the wards down, which they're doing a fantastic job of. You can see all the vision for the red team, even got their own red buff pinked. The blue team, they got a lot of aggressive wards in the enemy's jungle. Red buff going to be able to be passed over to LeBlanc here. LeBlanc suffers from the problem that a lot of her damage is single target, and the only AoE she's got places her in the enemy team's hands. And if she gets CC'd, she's not able to jump back to the point of origin.
So she needs some good support, right?
She needs to do well early, or else she's going to find it very difficult to have an impact. Dragon going to be picked up, and that is still 8,000 gold lead for the Royal Genesis guys. The red team hot on the pursuit. Not hot on the pursuit, hot on the retreat. Out of there. Richie saying good day to a friend who just walked past the stage. Who is he? I need to hear this story.
Oh, I actually said 5 minutes. So it wasn't away.
Oh, I'll get away from this loser as soon as I can. Give me 5. Right.
Oh, good old ColdBlood.
So
He swears a lot.
yeah, I've been told. I have been told. So Holy Grail is in the mid lane. I'm not sure if this is the right decision. The bottom tower being dominated at the moment, 4v5 at about 45% of its HP remaining. Another minion wave comes in to tank it up. Holy Grail waiting off to the side here. The tower going to fall very quickly. Slice and Dice goes over the wall. Bandage toss misses from a Mumu. Cocoon lands on the Holy Grail. The death sentence out of Thresh is going to miss. And tilt over Peacemaker doing a decent chunk of damage there. Every outer tower for OutKast has gone down, and it's going to be very uphill from here on out.
And this is only 24 minutes in as well. So,
Uber Elite is going to try and flash away, but he's still in range. And LeBlanc is going to be like, nope, stuff this. Gets out of there. I think he did actually blow both the barrier and the flash out of Orianna, so that is a win indeed, purely for what is Distortion at. So a 10-second cooldown for a 5-minute cooldown, as well as a 200-second cooldown. I would take that any day.
It worked out pretty well. To get all the middle rush going on here at the moment by the OutKast.
Yeah, it's a smart decision. They're trying to take advantage of the fact that the enemy all just recalled. They're all at the base trying to make their way back. Facing the whole thing.
Indeed they are.
They're going to try and get this tower down. No, half of them want to retreat. The other half want to get the tower. Finally does go down to the Ruthless Predator of Holy Grail. Oh, the bandage shot's going to land onto their Shockwave. Only hitting Nami. He shoots out the Tidal Wave. Very nicely done by Nanu there to stop the engage from happening on his team. How many cooldowns were used in that? There was only the Shockwave and Ace in the Hole used. Ace in the Hole obviously being used early on. Arcad, man, he should not be here. The flash forward. Oh, flash into the cocoon by Arcad. Spider going to jump on him, and boom. Secured by the Orianna, their Dominator. He is stealthed, and he now faces a 3v5 at the tower with a couple of members of the Royal Genesis guys capable of tanking the turret for quite a while. And I say that, and I think all of them are squishy apart from a Mumu. The ward's going to go over the wall by Estrella. This is what's known as a sieging ward. He's going to land the hook onto Nami, flash out of there to dodge the bandage toss. A lot of damage going on. Spooge actually shut down by Twitch. Twitch is just sitting back, spraying and praying, doing so much AoE damage. It's going to be doing a lot to Orianna there. Oh, it's ending up being a 2-for-1 at the moment. 2-for-4. And is Stealthy Asian going to fall here? Dominator forced to get the heck out of there. Barely avoids the pilt over Peacemaker. And what a beautiful defense from the red team. That was such a nice catch.
That was a great run through there, ColdBlood. Just, kills left, right, and center, and pretty much all of them were for Royal Genesis. It's just, worked pretty well for them. 18-10.
This could be bad. Dominator's walked into a Caitlyn. Ooh! I'm sorry that I made that noise, but that was a really...
It was well deserved, I think. Well deserved.
That was a nice flash out. I don't know why I sounded like like a train when when it's ready to go and it blows the steam out of the thing. I think that's what I sounded like.
The little ColdBlood that could.
It It was such a nice reaction, though. It's nice that the Aussie server gives us the ping to be able to do that. If we had 200 ping on the American server, that never would have happened. No, you'd never be able to react that fast.
It's great to see emerging strategies come from that, being aware of them.
Being able to actually do stuff and have it happen, not happen 200 milliseconds later. So the Baron is going to be warded up, red team chucking a few in there to try and be safe. Pink ward going to take out the other pink ward. Scumbag Oriana stealing the gold there twice in a row from the pink ward. Thankfully Thresh getting something from that. UC Australia doing a great job on these death sentences on the Thresh, the guy who loves taking the souls away. So now the War for Vision going to go off. The blue team, I'm not sure if they needed to reveal that they're all there. The Vision inside the Baron pit going to now be denied. And the red team, they don't know what's happening. They have no vision because it's been cleared out. The blue team, oh, this is going to be so tricky for OutKast. They have to engage so carefully. They need to not get bandage tossed just like they happened. Nanu was a little bit too far forward and blows the tidal wave, and it doesn't even come out.
Too bad. Now, very interesting. Arcup and that all falling back to the tower. They know an attack is about to happen. And that's exactly what's going to happen. Mr. Loves the Scooch will be firing off the first shot here. ColdBlood looking again. Double teasy next. He's trying to get some shots in to kill the creeps, to leave them open to take some shots at the tower. Is that how you see it as well?
That's definitely what they want to be doing. They want to see just how, once they take that inhibitor down, the floating building, they get super minions, which helps them out with pushing a lot. So the tower going to be falling very quickly. Nice. That sends on to Arca. Shockwave going to be dodged there by the Iron Will. As Arca, he gets cursed in a sad moment along with Dominator. The Renekton is going to fall. Mr. Loves the Scrooge going to flow the Zonias to try and survive the red buff and the deadlift toxin. Dominator going to be jumped on. Legendary is Stealthy Asian there. Mr. Loves the Scrooge barely going to survive that with his life. Two members of OutKast going down, two in the dangerously low red levels of health. The Nexus Tower is now under fire from the blue team, and they're going to take their advantage and walk away with it.
I think they are indeed. I think your train sounds there are quite apt because they steamrolled there very effectively, and well done there, especially for Nanu. It was a good role of playing there. The rest of the Royal Genesis side?
Yep, Royal Genesis are on blue.
All trying to heal, and Arcup's like, no, he's not going to have any of this.
He's trying to stop it, but there's not a lot he can do. So you see this gigantic guy here with the spiky things?
Yep.
That is a result of this building going down, the inhibitor. So now the mid lane is going to be pushing by itself, and the blue team, Royal Genesis, are free to siege either of the sides here. The Baron is still available, so they've got a plethora of choices of where to apply their pressure next. Red team picking up a sneaky little dragon here, going to help in the gold deficit they find themselves at. Still 8,000, so they're holding on by the skin of their teeth so far. But I feel like it's a matter of time with that inhibitor going down. That puts so much extra pressure on them.
From memory, ColdBlood, last time the OutKast side, they only got 9 kills, I think, was it?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Yeah, so, you know, they're
9 to 5. Yeah, so they're killing a little bit more than last game, but 21 to 10. Definitely not the most balanced of games here. UC Australia going to be taking some hits from the Bazkebab, spitting in anger. Oh, Nanu, he's being so brave with the engages, running forward to try and get some wards down. He does ward the Baron, but now the blue team, they want to engage on this. Moby Boots activate. Nanu going to be able to sprint out of there. The root going to go down on Amumu. He's not able to cast Bandage Toss, and it's dodged. Beautiful play from Floating Toxin, saving his support there.
Look at there, there's clicks going on like buggery on the blue side there.
Now Nanu managed to sneak a ward in, so they will know this is the team, this is the vision for the red. They know that the blue team has backed off into it. Going to be taking away the race there is Stealthy Asian. Arcut and Toxins going to be trying to apply as much pressure as they can. Arcut, he needs something to jump to. He's going to jump to the ward, but get caught in a trap. And Elise going to pick up this kill for sure. Jumps forward by Stealthy Asian, kill securing there. And there is little to nothing that OutKast can do at this point. It's going to take a miracle.
It will indeed. It's just the clock ticking down here. UC Australia landing the first hit on tower at the top. ColdBlood, they're taking down like no nobody's business. Under half, under quarter, and that move. The top tower is now down.
And now the inhibitor could be falling. Nice bubble onto Mr. Spooge there, but the shockwave goes off on Holy Grail, and Nanu gets the tidal wave off before he falls. Floating toxin forced to flash out of there. Spray and Pray is doing so much damage. Dominator takes down a lot, flashes forward, takes a cocoon to the face of Moomoo, going to be jumping in there, but he may be regretting the decision on Holy Grail. Going to fall. Dominator is just getting destroyed by the sniper who's all up in his face. Archon going to get the sneaky kill on Oriana there, gets ignited. Will he be able to turn around? He is the sole surviving member of his team for at least another 20 seconds. Will he be able to defend the tower? The ace in the hole going to go off, and the static shift procs to kill the entire OutKast team. And the grand finals will be Strength in Numbers versus Royal Genesis.
You called it, deservedly called it 27-13. Looks like it's the end game.
12,000 gold lead at the end there. Very well played by Royal Genesis. We're going to have to nominate an MVP here, SuperRoach. Who are you thinking?
Oh, that's a tough question. I was liking UC Australia's rushes and that for bravery and all that kind of thing.
You know what? I think I agree with you.
Yeah?
I think UC Australia on the Thresh, he had so many key hooks. His boxes were perfectly placed, and he made bugger all money, but you don't need money when you've got skill like him.
Yep.
So well played to both these teams. Great showing from the OutKast guys, not packing it in right until the end.
Well done to them, though. You know, like they may have lost, but you know, at this kind of level, that's not really that bad.
No, nothing to be ashamed of when you lose to the best.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to see if they are the best, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go and get the grand final organised now. It will be a best of 5. I believe Kit Fox will be joining me for that, but SuperRoach will be operating all of the cameras and whatnot, and will be covering the crowning event for whoever takes away the throne. No, what is it? The Throne of Games? That's it. The thing that's in the middle of the stage.
Yeah.
No, I think the what does it say on my thing? Throne of Games. There you go. I was right the first time.
Yeah. ColdBlood's got these guys.
All right. So thank you so much for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. We hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for the best of 5 if you can stay up that late. This is ColdBlood and SuperRoach signing out.
But he does pick up the